I guess I've had about as many crazy experiences as possible, having multiple different part-time jobs over the years. One of them doesn't get much more crazy than working part-time, my wife and I both, for the last 37 years on a ranch out here in southwest Nebraska. Good way to get some extra meat and hunting privileges for my wife. She's the hunter of the family. And she can ride a horse probably better than most men and herd cattle. Be that as it may, my story is on bulls. They have 40 bulls out here to service their 1,000 head of cattle. And with that in mind, we have to move those bulls now and then. Now the bulls can get to fighting and rutting. We saw an Angus bull walk up behind a 1,500-pound Hereford one time, put his head under him, and flip him upside down. Now you talk about sheer power and energy. That wakes you up and gives you some serious respect for any animal that can do that. Well, we was herding them across the Republican River down here, which back then it was actually a river, about 4 foot deep, 50 foot across. And with that in mind, the old bridge about 20 foot above the river. And the bull got halfway across the bridge, and the old bull, he decided he was going to stop. The rest of the bulls went on, and he wouldn't go. Big old Angus bull, mean looking son of a gun, and to say the least, shows a lot of power. And with that in mind, we tried to rope him. Didn't do any good. He dodged the ropes. And he finally said, I ain't going to put up with this. And he just jumped off the bridge. Now, you want to see water splash. Have a 2,000-pound Angus bull jump off a bridge 20 foot down to water. And he landed in the water. Now he's mad at the world. So, one of the ranch hands decided, I'll go get him. So he herded his horse down there and got up way too close to him to throw a rope on him, in my humble opinion. Be that as it may, the bull said that's enough of this, and he charged the horse. Well, a horse don't back up real fast in 4 foot of water, I'm here to tell you. And that bull charged him and hit the front of that horse and pumpkin rolled the horse upside down. The rider, we couldn't even see the rider, and he didn't come up for about 30 feet down water. In fact, we thought he might have been unconscious, whatever. Everybody was getting ready to go downstream as fast as we could and try to fish him out of the water if he'd pop up, because we was afraid he was unconscious. But he finally popped up. I think he drank a good gallon of the Republican River, but he did survive it. And that old horse, he come limping out and all banged up and everything and bruised up. The bull still stayed out there in the river. Well, the rest of us, half a dozen of us, we said, I think we're going to leave him in the river right there. Well, it wasn't very long till he decided he had had enough water, and so he moseyed on out on his own, and he followed the track of the rest of the bulls until he got over to the fence. We opened up the gate, and he walked on in his own pleasant way. Now, the downside of that story is that old bull injured his back. The next day he was down and couldn't get up, and we had to butcher that bull. And the rancher gave all the hired hands all the meat they wanted out of him. And you want to eat something that is tough, we ground it into hamburger for the most part, but that was the toughest hamburger we ever did eat. So even after his death, he was still giving us a hard time. This is McCook's Mr. Bill. Thanks for listening, and rate this film.